Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So this is my month-long TBR video for the month of May. I have already read a couple of books on here, but we are not far into the month and I thought I would start this now. If you have seen my other vlog, you will know that I'm currently on holiday with Amy in the Lake District. That's why I'm in a caravan. As you can see, it's a really nice day here today. But this vlog is purely dedicated to the books that are on my TBR for the month. So the ones I have with me here on holiday is The Lies We Tell by Katie Zhao, Someone Is Watching You by Tessa James Mackey, and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie, which I'm currently reading. Also on this TBR is From the Embers, is that what it's called? By Ali Martinez. I'll put a cover here because I cannot remember exactly the title. I think it's From the Embers. And also So Pretty by Ronnie Turner, which I'll put a cover here as well. But I've already finished these two. I have this one to still finish, which I started last night, and then I have the other two to read when I get home. But we have like 20 days left of the month, so honestly I'm not too worried this month about actually completing my TBR on time, which I am very, very happy about. I honestly cannot believe that I put off this book for so long, because it took me like less than 24 hours to read this. It was so quick. I had been putting this off since December. I'm pretty sure it was on my December TBR, and I finally just managed to add this back to my TBR because I was putting it on every single month as an extra and never getting to it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go back, add it to my TBR officially and actually read it, and I did, and I actually quite enjoyed this. This is in the wrong order. I actually read Someone Is Watching You first, but as I'm already talking about this, I will carry on talking about it now. But yeah, this is by Katie Zhao. This is following a girl called Anna who is in her freshman year at her local university in Michigan, and she ends up kind of bumping into making friends with a rival of hers from middle school who's called Chris Liu. And she's also at this university where there was a murder like 5 years ago or something, and it was actually her former babysitter. Then there is an attack on the Liu family bakery, so her rival also their family run a rival bakery to her family's. And there's an attack on their bakery. She kind of links up the crime and they end up working together to try and solve this unsolved murder and what's going on at the Liu family bakery and try and figure out if anything's linked. It does go a lot into racism and Asian fetishes. Why does that word sound so wrong? I hope I'm saying that right. Something sounds really wrong about I can't. I'm sorry everybody. Fetishizing Asian women. It explores quite a lot. But I actually really enjoyed this. It was very fast paced, as I said. Really interesting plot line. I liked following the two characters. I liked Anna quite a lot as a main character. And yeah, I did actually just really enjoy this and the setting of it. So I think I'm giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. As I said, I did also read it in like 24 hours, so it was super quick. Some of it is also in like texts as well between the characters, so that was really quick to read as well. But yeah, this one was quite good. A good like YA, but also like new adult, 'cause she's just gone to university, so it's a little bit older, or college, so it's a little bit older. But yeah, enjoyed this one quite a lot. I also read Someone Is Watching You by Tessa James Mackey. As I said, I did enjoy this one, but definitely not as much. This one's aimed at a younger audience, also told partly through text between these friends. And it does say the content warnings. There's mentions of emotional abuse, sexual coercion and physical violence. This one was quite violent, and considering that, and like graphic, like gruesome, considering the main character is only 15, that's probably my biggest criticism of this book. In some parts I was taken aback by like the gore in this, and I'm 23, so I felt like I wouldn't really recommend this one to a 15-year-old. I wouldn't recommend this one to a 15-year-old either, probably, but I would probably consider it more honestly than this. I think the plot of this, the fact that it's a 15-year-old trying to look after her young sister, they go to this soft play centre, and the soft play centre is actually in part of an abandoned prison, and they end up being trapped in this like abandoned part of the prison, And she's also like there with her little sister. I feel like the plot of it appeals to a younger audience, but it honestly does get quite graphic, and some of the contents in this I wouldn't necessarily recommend to a teenager. So I don't know. I did like it. I also read this in under 24 hours. It was very fast paced, but it did feel a little young for me personally, but also I felt like wasn't entirely appropriate for the audience. And yeah, I'm not 100% convinced on this one. It was also told in third person, which I don't usually mind, but I did find it a bit jarring. Like going back into this one, I definitely felt I could relate to the main character more because it was told in first person, whereas I did feel a bit disconnected from this one. So this one I gave 3 out of 5 stars. The Lies We Tell I gave 4 out of 5 stars. And now I'm reading The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie, which is a more cozier crime, adult crime, typical of an Agatha Christie book. It's set in this house, this like country house, and there is a murder and it's a Poirot, so Poirot gets involved. It's actually the 4th book she ever wrote, and I think it's the first Poirot because there's a like forward in here that does talk about this being her first Poirot, and that she didn't really expect him to be such a big character, and she didn't expect to carry on writing his story and that he would feature in so many of her books. But yeah, I also am enjoying this one so far. I think I'm 75 or 100 pages in, nearly 100 pages in. It's definitely taken me quite a chunk, like 75-ish pages to get into the story, which I think is why I don't enjoy the short stories as much that Agatha Christie writes, because I think it takes me about that long to get into the story and into the writing style as well. But now I'm there and I kind of know all the characters and the setting, I'm definitely getting into this one, so I will update you again when I finish this one, maybe when I'm home now because I go home tomorrow, but hopefully I'll finish that one like today or tomorrow morning, hopefully. So I've read like 100 pages since last night, so it's also a fairly quick one. So I'm pretty happy with how much I have read this week, but I will update you when I finish The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, and then I have those other 2 to read. Hi everyone, it is now the 17th of May, so we are about halfway through the month right now, and I thought I should give you guys an update because I have started another book on my TBR. I have started So Pretty by Ronnie Turner, which is following these 2 separate characters who both moved to this like tiny village called Rye, and both of them seem to have some kind of history linked to it. We don't know what it is yet. I am 50 pages in exactly. Teddy is working at this weird shop of like antiques and stuff, but they never sell anything, and the person who owns it is really weird. And then who is the other character? I can't remember her name. Ada has moved with her young son to escape a damaged childhood, and she's lonely and ostracised by the community, and she's like desperate to get to know people in the village, and I think their lives become kind of intertwined and something. They are both like linked to this village. But yeah, enjoying it so far. It's already quite creepy, and the chapters are incredibly short, so it is very, very quick to read. But yeah, I have started this one, and then after that I only have From the Embers to read on my TBR, so I think I'm doing quite well. I also have something to unbox, which is from Fairy Loot initially, but I did buy this on eBay, and it's the March book. I think it was like the last month's box. Here's the box. They've included the card. It was the strings attached box. Oh, it's the April. Yeah, I'm in the wrong month, aren't I? It's the April book, not the March book. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, it is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Has this beautiful cover and the sprayed edges. I wanted the sprayed edges. It has wraparound sprayed edges, and it's just so beautiful. And it has gorgeous end papers as well. So pretty. And it's also really, really pretty under the dust jacket. I haven't read this yet. I do have the Waterstones exclusive edition as well. But I love TJ Klune's writing so much that I think I'm probably going to love this one as well. So I did want this edition, so I managed to get this one for not a lot of money on eBay. I bid on it and I won the auction, so I'm excited to add this one to my collection. The sprayed edges are just so beautiful. So yeah, happy to have that one. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. Just a quick update to say that I have started so pretty and I'm enjoying it so far, and that I bought that book. But yeah, I am gonna head off because that's all I had to update you on. But when I've read a bit more of So Pretty, I will be back. I don't have too much of a reading update, but I do have a post, so I thought I would just introduce this little bit of book mail that I have. I have a feeling that I do know what this is, however, my dispatch note only was like yesterday or something, or even like overnight, so if this is what I think it is, then I'm surprised it's arrived this quickly. It is what I thought it was. It's Happy Place by Emily Henry. I was going to say Beth O'Leary then. It's the Afterlight exclusive of Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm so excited to read this. It's so cute. It has a continuation of the front cover sprayed on the edges. It has a very cute back cover that says Afterlight exclusive on it. Oh, that's such a pretty colour for the end papers. So plain end papers, but I'm not mad about the colour. And then signed edition, and then under the dust jacket. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, that's adorable. I really like that design. I love that. I'm so happy to add this to my collection. I loved Book Lovers by Emily Henry so much, and as soon as I saw this, and I've heard people like Happy Place even more than Book Lovers, so I'm excited. Also would love to track down the Afterlight editions of the other Emily Henry books, like Book Lovers and You and Me on Vacation, and there is another one. No, it's People We Meet on Vacation, right? I've confused myself, but Emily Henry's other books I would like to track down in the Afterlight editions, but they're so expensive whenever they come up for sale, so maybe I will at some point. Maybe I'll manage to track them down. But I thought I would get this one while I could because I'm very excited to read it. I wanted an edition anyway, and this one can be added to my Afterlight collection. Hi, I'm here with an update on this book here, which I have now finished, and I am currently reading From the Embers by Ali Martinez, so I thought I would give you two quick updates about both of these books. So as I said, I finished So Pretty. This one was messed up. Like, don't go into this one knowing or thinking that it's going to be light-hearted in any way. It's messed up. Like, it gets to the point where there is some stuff happening that I found very, very dark. And yeah, it's just screwed. Like, I can't, honestly. I've read a lot, like I haven't read a lot of crime thriller, but I've read enough to think this one was just kind of messed up. And I think anything involving kids gets a bit like messed up for me, to be honest. And this one was definitely one of those. I don't want to give too much away, so I feel like I can't really say that much, but like, what would I even give content warnings for? Abuse, emotional abuse, manipulation, kind of sexual abuse. like, there's a lot. There's probably a list somewhere of more that I'm not thinking about, but yeah, just don't go into this thinking it's going to be in any way light-hearted. It was quick, it was very fast-paced, the chapters were very short. Did sympathise a lot with one of our main characters, which was Ada, so it's following Ada and it's also following Teddy, who have both moved to this small town. And I won't really give that much more from there because I don't want to give away everything that happens in this book. Their lives become intertwined, and there's also some dark pasts in this town, following like a few other characters, another character specifically that has quite a dark past that is kind of revealed a bit more throughout this book. It's got flashbacks of what happened in their childhoods and things like that. It was an interesting plot, an interesting premise, and I did like Ada as a character. I sympathised with her, and the plot, as I said, was really fast, and I didn't want to put it down because the chapters were literally like 2 pages long in each. Like, each chapter was just so short. Even just flicking through this, you will see how short the chapters are, so it's definitely a very quick read if you are looking for a quick read and you are not phased by really dark subjects. But yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars in the end. There were definitely elements about this that I did enjoy, but I didn't enjoy the themes all of the time, and I did feel like the writing could be a little bit more fleshed out, or I expected a little bit more sometimes from, I think, the non-linear aspects, like with the flashbacks. Didn't really feel that smooth sometimes. Maybe it's a very hard thing to kind of explain, but it just felt like maybe it was hinting at more that wasn't really there sometimes with the writing. But I liked it. It was a 3-star read. There's definitely elements that I enjoyed, as I said, but just don't go into it knowing that it's, or thinking it's not going to be really dark and messed up. On to another one that's kind of really messed up too. The premise of this one is that there are 2 couples who are in this house fire gas explosion thing, and the guy saves his best friend's wife instead of his own wife accidentally because she's wearing his wife's dress or something like that. So he ends up accidentally saving his best friend's wife, so they are stuck without their partners, and they are stuck with their children without their partners, who have now both died in the fire. And they're really the only people that understand one another because they're the only people who've been through this, and they're kind of lumped together even though they didn't really get on at the start of the book that well. And they end up living together because they both have kids and they don't really know what to do. One of them is left obviously without his house because it's just been burnt down, and he doesn't want to ever like live there again, obviously. So they end up living together and kind of becoming a couple, or like there's embers that start to, or that sounds like a really bad taste joke, but I don't feel like it's even me. I feel like the book is kind of insinuating that there is a spark between them. I feel like disgusted at myself for saying that, but honestly that's kind of what's happening. Like, it's they're starting to really crush on each other. I'm not spoiling it, that is what it says in the synopsis. I am this far in, just over a third of the way through, and again this one is quite fast paced, so I am reading it quite quickly and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I'm enjoying the plot line. It is definitely a little predictable in places. Something has just been revealed that I wasn't expecting, but it doesn't feel like a shock, and the more bits are revealed about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that. So it's not a massive, like, the plot isn't massively surprising, but I am enjoying the fast-paced plot and enjoying like seeing these 2 characters realise that they like one another, and there's a kind of sexual tension between them. But yeah, I will update you on my full thoughts and feelings after I've finished this, and that will be the end of this video because I'm doing quite well. It's actually the 25th of May right now, so I have 6 more days. Does May have 30 days or 31? I think it's got 31 days. So I've got 6 more days to read this book, and I'm definitely going to finish it in the next like couple of days hopefully, so pretty happy with myself for that, and I will update you when I am done. Hi, I am here to actually wrap up this vlog and to discuss my thoughts and feelings on From the Embers by Ali Martinez, which was the last book on my TBR for May, and we are now in June. It's the 1st of June today. However, I finished this like 5 days ago, so I was well within finishing it within the month of May, which I am really happy with. Usually I am pushing myself to finish the books by the end of the month, and I am glad that I managed to finish this one kind of within the month enough that I actually read another book after this, which is very cool. But yeah, I read From the Embers. I probably have said what this is about, I'm not entirely sure if I have. And then they end up falling for each other, which is kind of weird. Not gonna lie, but I think it's kind of slow burn enough that you understand why it's happened, and it didn't feel too insular for me, which I kind of expected it to, so that was pretty good, I guess. This one was pretty wild at the end, especially. It got completely bonkers, and I'm not mad about it. Like, it was okay. I did enjoy the plot quite a lot. I read it very quickly, and I didn't mind the two main characters. It did become quite like more of a thriller or suspense at the end, and there was these kind of mysteries surrounding the fire that they ended up were uncovered throughout the book, really. The mysteries surrounding their relationships and the fire and things. So yeah, I wasn't like blown away by it or anything. It isn't a new favourite. I enjoyed it enough, basically. I did like it, and I liked the plot, and I found it quite fast paced. So yeah, I think I'll probably give it 3.5 stars. I think it's definitely an easy read, and if you feel like you might enjoy it, you probably will, and you probably will read it quite easily and quite quickly. But as I said, not like didn't blow me away. It's not like a new favourite or anything like that, but it's enjoyable. So yeah, that was the last book on my TBR. So I've read all of the books on my what's the month? May, on my May TBR now, which I feel like I have been quite successful in doing. I was going to recap them all, but honestly I can't remember what we read. What did we read? Murder of Roger Ackroyd? Was that the book? Pretty sure it was Murder of Roger Ackroyd. And enjoyed that one. Gave that one 4 out of 5 stars, I think. And then we had Someone Is Watching You, which was kind of middling, gave that one 3 stars. And then we had The Lies We Tell by Katie Zhao. Enjoyed that one a bit more. That one was 4 stars, or 3.5. I don't know if I set a rating for that one. And then we also had So Pretty, which I enjoyed less. That was 3 stars. And From the Embers by Ali Martinez, which probably was 3.5. So I didn't have a book that blew me away throughout this vlog, but I feel like I also didn't have like a terrible one either. They've all been pretty like so-so, nothing higher than 4 stars, and it's like a low 4 stars probably as well. But I did it. I read all the books in the month of May. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed seeing the whole month. I don't know how long I'm going to carry on doing these vlogs. I don't know if they're enjoyable, so please let me know if you prefer to have shorter vlogs. I feel like I would prefer to do either weekly or shorter vlogs, but this kind of works for now, doing a longer month-long vlog. So we'll see, but let me know if you enjoy it or not, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.